Hello, Jew. It's Heather Gold on in the West Coast.
Hi, it's Katie Halper in New York City.
Good morning, Jew.
Morning.
You are you've got a new outfit today.
I transitioned into a nightgown because that's more true to how I...
It's how you really work it in the morning.
Yeah.
Not in a lovely...
I actually sleep naked, I'm not going to lie.
House cut you do? I often do as well, but not always. Depends.
Sorry, I was just blatantly picking my teeth, but I feel like this is the type of show where we do that.
If you think they're casual, if you think they're casual on a television morning show and an internet morning show, all the way. Here's how we sleep.
I'm gonna floss. I'm gonna take out some floss.
Oh, first thing, I just saw this when I was at getting my passport yesterday. It was on CNN. That's how I get my news. Random moments of news being broadcast into my life. He acknowledged this is the big thing, that the Holocaust happened. I think he was asked to do that, and he said, well, not, absolutely happened. Terrible events, and genocide's a bad deal no matter who's killed, no matter what religion. But I'm not a historian, so.
I'm relieved because I thought that the jury was still out on the whole Holocaust thing. But
you are?
I feel like now we know it did actually happen.
We got all the way. Like when you get the least likely to approve person to approve, then you've got everyone. But he does throw in the I'm not a historian, you should talk to historians, which is kind of like a Middle Eastern, no homo. Like, not that I'm too much of a Jew lover or anything, because he does make sure, like, and all the other...
No shlomo.
No shlomo. Love it. Because he wanted to make sure he got in all the non-Jews who were killed in the Holocaust.
Right. I actually tried to do that too when I mean, Hitler was a pretty Jew-focused genocidal maniac, but there were communists, trade unionists, the homosexual.
It's like when you talk about rape and sexual assault. Men are raped, men are assaulted. It's just they're 90%, not the 90%.
Right.
Oh, we maybe don't know how many because they.
Right.
But still, it's like we haven't. Whatever. Whenever you make a generalization, it's always like the 4% going. But that's the problem with liberal politics. Mm-hmm. Because the 98% are ruled by the 2% permanently.
Right.
And the guilt level.
The 1% in the class struggle, how there's we are the 99%.
Yeah.
In the liberal world, it's we are the 98%, and the 2% is ruling over the 98%.
Right. Oh my God, we forgot the people who are allergic to fleas. God damn it. We should have made this whole thing about them because speaking
flea intolerant.
That's right. I need a scent-free, flea-free environment, and I'm feeling really unheard about this right now. Right. Also, just in, Iran just passed a law saying that it's now legal for men who have adopted daughters to marry them as young as 13.
That is so good for the Jews. You know why?
Well, I know one Jew it's good for.
Woody Allen.
They've named this, in fact, the Woody Allen law in Iran. They're like, we're not sure about Jews, but just that guy. Because I think when they pass the law, all it says is the heart wants what it wants. That's it.
Really?
No, I just made that up.
Oh, I'm so gullible. It's really weird. In case anyone missed out on this, it's Woody Allen is married now and has had kids with the daughter he adopted with Mia Farrow.
He didn't adopt her, I don't think, but she was his girlfriend's adopted daughter, and her
wife, I think. Wife. They were married.
Were they married?
Yeah, I know that because there's another case which we don't have time to get into about abortion, whatever. Oh, I wish I had brought that up. Where it references this lawyer who was Mia Farrow's lawyer in the divorce case. Okay, that's how I know it.
Well, she found out that they were having a relationship because she ran into some naked photos he took of her daughter. So, yeah, in Iran, that's totally cool. But in Iran, they take it a step up. They go, maybe they marry first before they have sex and take the naked pictures. Maybe first. It's hard to know because when you're a father.
What did Woody Allen say to, what's Woody Allen's latest movie?
Blue Jasmine with Kate Blanchett.
No. Honey, I Stooped the Kids.
Bada bang.
What did one more? What did Mia Farrow say to Woody Allen? This is really strong.
You're building it up.
Ready? She said, I told you to tuck the kids in bed. Sorry.
Oh, too much. God. Puns? You're going with puns.
Yeah. But I didn't make them up.
Oh, my God, Katie.
Okay, so
you're talking dentist joke territory there. I'm a little concerned about you as a comic. It's a really dangerous place to go.
And it comes full circle because I was picking my teeth before.
That's why, maybe. Maybe it's why.
So we're done with this story, right? The Iran story. So it's good for the Jews. It's always nice when the Holocaust is acknowledged.
And Woody Allen all together at once.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They don't want him to be so lonely. Okay, next story. Something to do with Obamacare. I believe for the 40-somethingth time, the Republican Congress has ceremonially tried to you can't overturn it, just decided to talk about how much they don't like Obamacare. And I don't understand the procedural part of it, but Ted Cruz had to filibuster something?
Yes.
Why? And why did he have to do that?
Because he was trying to filibuster Obamacare.
Oh, that was...
I'm pretty sure.
But it already passed. What does he have to filibuster? I don't understand.
I don't know. We're going to have to... A caller's going to have to fill us in on that part.
Correcting Jew. The world of correcting Jews that we
redundant. That's redundant.
It is. I know. They're the only ones you hear from. You never hear from the happy Jews. The correcting Jews.
Exactly. Yeah, imagine a Jew being like, I just wanted to tell you that you did a great job.
If you want to stun us because we don't believe it's possible, some Jew, please do that, and then we'll hold you up. We'll, in fact, feature you in the next show. It would be remarkable. So, okay, Ted Cruz, who's what, like the latest whack job Republican?
Yeah, latest Tea Party guy.
He's a Tea Party guy.
Yeah.
They're thinking they're going to run him for president, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
He's got he's Latino?
Yes.
So they're so not racist.
That's Cuban.
Of course.
But what's interesting is that he decided to, he had a double hitter. What he did was he was able to read to his daughters at night from the Senate floor. He read them Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss.
Is that good for the Jews?
Dr. Seuss was Greek, and I think he was
ham.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, that's very dangerous for the Jews.
He's trying to set the law by extolling the virtues of ham.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But here's what's so beautiful about it. He's so brilliant that he used Green Eggs and Ham to explain why people don't like Obamacare. Because just like I don't like them on a boat, I don't like them in a box, whatever, he read that about Obamacare. So he read the Green Eggs and Ham, and then was like, much like Green Eggs and Ham, the American people, they don't like Obamacare. They don't like it in a boat. They don't like it in a box, whatever. So I think Dr. Seuss is rolling over in his grave. So Obamacare is good for the Jews because it's good for everyone, except for it's good for everyone in general.
Including Jewish doctors?
I think so.
Because they have fetchy Jewish patients?
Yeah, I don't know.
It gives you one less thing to kvetch about or a new thing to kvetch about?
It depends how you were before. Like if you had a pre-existing condition and now you're getting it easier, you can't kvetch. But
we could find a way.
I'm sure there's always a way. Where there's a will, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a Jew, there's a kvetch.
There's a kvetch. Okay, so final story of the week. This one's just
so wait. That's bad for the Jews because of the ham aspect and because of the anti-Obamacare. Okay, just to wrap it up.
And the loss of a thing to kvetch about. So maybe overall, it's hard to know.
Right, hard to know. Okay, that's a toss-up.
More people going to the doctor, more business for Jewish doctors.
Right.
So maybe a little bit middle. The opposition to Obamacare, not good for the Jews. So I've got one last thing. David Gillmour, who sounds like a more famous guy than he is. He's a novelist, Canadian novelist. So I'm thrilled to have Canada be in the news once again. But of course, when Canada bleeds into the American news, or the Twitter news, then it's something ridiculous.
Right.
Like the mayor.
You guys could have like a revolution that we wouldn't know about.
Right. No, not really. So this guy is a novelist who teaches a class at the University of Toronto, a wonderful, enormous school where I'm also a fellow, actually. And he gave an interview for his publisher, Random House, in which he said a lot of things, including that he wouldn't teach women. It was about what's on your shelf. It was like one of those, we're just going for a stroll through your office. What do you read? And someone, the interviewer made some comment like, it doesn't look like there's many women here. And then he goes off on this long rant about how he won't teach women, he refuses to, or gay people, or Chinese people, or this whole long list. But Virginia Woolf is amazing, but she's so brilliant that no one would understand her. So he does like her. He said a bunch of amazing stuff, including,
What's interesting is that he says he teaches real men like Tolstoy. Newsflash, Tolstoy's gay.
Same with that's the thing. A big part of his whole talking. It's very Philip Rothy, Norman Mailery. It's very like, I'm into guy's guy. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm passionate about that literature. They really understand it. He thinks Philip Roth understands like sex so well, and middle-aged so well. So that's a lot about what he's talking about. Of course, he can teach whatever he wants to teach, but it's just kind of amazing what a douchebag he makes himself out to be. My favorite part was how he says, "I'm probably the only guy. I'm the only guy who teach Truman Capote in North America." I'm like, you are an edgy man.
Wait, but is he a real man? I don't get that.
He feels like he's really edgy, like he's going out on a limb to prove his edginess.
Because he's teaching one gay?
Well, also, you know, Truman Capote also wrote, one of the books he's most famous for is full of blood and gore, which is manly, so manly. But, you know, boy, it's really edgy to teach someone who invented an entire genre of literature. I mean,
and who's in the canon.
The idea that this guy thinks he's the only person teaching Truman Capote in North America, that's to me the most hilarious thing about the whole thing. Beyond the women, because what he does is he basically says women can't really write. So even though he can teach whoever he wants in his class, although in Canada as opposed to the U.S., there's a lot more, we should fire him for that kind of talk. It's a lot less libertarian there. There's still this sense that, like, just to me, well, why would, next time Margaret Atwood sees you?
Yeah, I know, seriously.
It's a much more literary culture.
Awkward.
Yeah.
He's
no one could
so
do
in
it.
love with himself, though. He's
that's
in love
the
with himself.
Hilarious part of the whole thing. So I would say, I don't know if he's Jewish. Gillmour, you think that's Jewish?
I don't think so.
He sounds, like...
narcissistic. Ethnically narcissistic.
That's the part that feels familiar.
Right. Although, in all fairness, that's a pretty universal trait, especially among men.
Yeah, but middle-aged guys who, the Philip Roth, Norman Mailer thing.
You know what I want to say to this Gillmour guy?
What?
Sorry about your penis.
Yeah, he's pretty intent about his penis. And then he published, or he gave another interview where he did a whole apology, his apologies. I don't have a sexist or racist bone in my body.
Except for my penis.
Except for the bone I wish I had, that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Truman Capote's literature. Anyway, it's hilarious. They're hilarious. You should go.
So good for the Jews? What do we think?
If he's not Jewish, it's good for the Jews because it makes our narcissistic, self-involved. Here's
it's
the
a good
thing.
foil.
He's not like as annoying as Philip Roth or Norman Mailer were when they came out with this stuff. They wrote pretty great stuff. This guy's a good writer, but he's not Philip Roth, so that's why I think it looks more ridiculous. I think it's always more ridiculous to be like, I am the greatest in the world when you're nowhere. You're not Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean?
Right. Who was not? He was only an okay writer, Muhammad Ali. Just kidding. But in all fairness, Philip Roth is problematic, but he's not a wife stabber, unlike Norman Mailer. So I feel like we should.
God, let's just hope this guy didn't stab anybody. And for the record, absolutely good for the Jews that he can say whatever he wants because it's always better that we can express ourselves. So good. Teach your class. Take the class.
Right. Good for the Jews to give a little love to Philip Roth. That's always nice.
And we get to tell you you're a schmuck. There you go. Exactly. That's how it works.
You're a schmuck, yeah. Okay, so this week was a good week for the Jews.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Couldn't hurt.
Could have been better. Could have been better.
Are you comfortable? I make a living.
You could say I make a living.
Yeah, there you go. All right. See you next week.
That's part of what we learn in Zion's, Elders of Zion, Protocols of Zion School.
That's my introductory to Judaism class. Just that joke. That's all you get.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See you next week. Bye.